Well, about 6 months ago, we came to the Christian Counseling Center. Fortunately, got Jerry as our counselor, and we were in crisis. We were in total crisis mode. The ship had crashed and burned, and it was 99% my doing. I had, justified my actions by claiming I had a bad childhood and so forth, and not taking responsibility for my actions as a man. And I was involved in pornography and alcoholism, and in different parts of my life. I've done the drugs, and not since we've been married, but always blamed my actions on her. Wondered why she was so unforgiving, and all the time she just wanted me to be a man. And one day when it all came crashing down, it's out of nowhere, I just asked her if she'd just give me one more chance to, if I'd go to any kind of counseling that she recommended or that we could find together, would she stick with me just through that? And so we called the church that we had just started going to, and they recommended Christian Counseling Center. And our first few sessions were really, really bumpy, but Jerry made me accountable. He held me accountable. He called me out. He admonished me. He told me that if anybody was going to fix it, it'd have to start with me fixing myself, and in order to do that, I'd have to turn it all over to God, because it was such a wreck that there was no way my influence was going to, nothing I could do could influence the outcome. So that's what I did, and that was my first experience with completely giving things up to God, because fortunately I recognized that there was absolutely nothing I could do other than submit it all to God and Jesus, and hope that it wasn't too late to save my marriage and my family, because I recognized that it was fully all about to be taken away from me. And fortunately, I'm married to a really, really rare woman that I'm quite confident 95% of the women in the United States would have kicked me to the curb and could have cleaned me out, and the rest of my life would have been a complete mess. But she has stood by me just like she has always stood by me. And the best news about all this is now that we've made the changes necessary in our independent or individual and collective lives, we have achieved a peace that we never even imagined was possible. We love each other dearly, we always have, but due to circumstances around our childhood and our childhoods, we never really learned how to do it, if you will. And since we got the biblical counseling, it all makes sense. And now we seems like we can't do enough for each other. And I don't want to spend a minute away from her.
My name's Jennifer, and I was raised in a Baptist church, not so much a Christian home, but as soon as I became a young adult, I went my own way, and that did not include God. Fast forward 30 years later, I was busy being a wife, a mother, and working, and running from God. And one morning I woke up, and Satan had moved in, and he had made himself very comfortable in our home, and we hit rock bottom. It was a very, very, very scary situation. God saved our marriage through the Christian Counseling Center. There's no question about that. But saving the marriage wasn't the only blessing that we got. We have so enjoyed our new relationship in God, learning to worship together, pray together. I had told Jerry when we first started that, it felt like I was always walking on ground that kept moving. But now I feel like our marriage is just on a solid rock, and that's so peaceful. And it's really fun. It's great to be able to enjoy each other and to feel like things are solid, and to know that I'm married to a man of God. And it's even a lot of fun to be a submissive wife when you have a man who's running his household the way God wants him to. It's just way cool. Thanks.
I'm looking forward to the rest of our lives.